to the Seniors NBA podcast. We're back. We're going to do our goofy awards and predictions.
This isn't goofy. This is completely serious. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. It's completely serious. And predictions. And we're going to start off with my first award. It's the Renee Zellweger's Face Award for the team exponentially worse than last year. This award goes to the Indiana Pacers. They lost Lance Stevenson. They lost Paul George. Roy Hibbert is their best player. They're going to be terrible.
I think I'm good with. I think I agree with that. You got me. That's a good one.
Tej nailed it. The Pacers
you absolutely did nail
the biggest drop off you've ever seen.
I'm changing the game.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go, John. Let's go.
Here we go.
The 76ers, they're going to be so much worse.
Man,
I don't know if they can be worse than they
I don't
were
know.
last year.
They're going to be worse than they.
I don't know. I don't know. I think Nerlens Noel makes them win 3 more games than last year.
They're going to go from 32
They're
to
going to
32.
bench him. He's going to win them a game, and they're going to be like,
They
wait,
were
no.
so. Do we remember how bad they were last
They
year?
were awful. They were
Right.
like a D-League team out there.
All
Hollis Thompson is going to start a shooting guard.
All right, Tej, let me throw one at you. I'm going to go with the Game of Thrones award, and this is in honor of Shea, and it's the These Hoes Ain't Loyal award. And my pick for this is going to be none other than the king himself. The king can do as he likes, Mr. LeBron James.
That
Akron is awful.
That is a good
Akron
one.
is awful.
But mine would be James Jones.
That's right, James George. Mr.
James,
305.
oh, I like that.
Played high school basketball,
school there,
college
was there for
basketball. He's a lifer there, and then what does he do?
Won him some championships
Won
there.
some championships, and he just runs with LeBron James. Not like he's making that much more money.
And you know what's crazy, though? Like, he was there, like, because LeBron was like, he should play more, and he went to Cleveland, and he's not even
James
playing.
Jones is doing this for the Instagram pictures, man.
James
To have
Jones-
LeBron's arm around him. Wade's not that hot right now. It's all about LeBron.
I'm disappointed in James Jones. Forget LeBron. James Jones, you're...
I think you're the first person to ever say I'm disappointed in James Jones. Forget LeBron. My pick for that award is the entire Rockets front office for the way they handled the Chandler Parsons situation and just to bash him on his way out of town. I think that adds so much to that rivalry, and I look forward to Chandler Parsons.
When a rich nigga wants you and your nigga
Can't
can't
do
do
nothing
nothing
for
for
you.
you. I mean, Chandler Parsons, he had Mark Cuban talking in his ear, being like, yo, I'll buy you this. Look at all this ace of spades, son.
Good
what
job,
you want?
Chandler.
You know who's on alert for this award, though? You know who's Golden State and that Klay Thompson situation, because it may not end well.
By the way, Chandler Parsons needed that uplifting moment in the offseason.
I mean-
based on how he ended last year. Damian Lillard.
All right, Tej, go ahead.
All right, my next award is the Evan Turner Award for the player that would get the best numbers on a terrible team. And it has to go to Evan Turner. I'm sorry. He's going to average a triple-double on Boston, and they're not going to win anything.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh,
that was
good one, John.
great.
Good one, John. I'm actually going to have to go with Kenneth Faried because I just don't like Denver, and I hope they're awful, and I really don't want to watch them play. Hopefully, Kenneth Faried puts up monster numbers. I
think it's going to be Nerlens Noel. I think I have a tie between Nerlens Noel and Michael Carter Williams
gonna
because
say
Michael Carter Williams actually may come close to averaging a triple-double, but we know the 76ers won't win
They're
more
going to be a
games.
calculated mess.
Yeah, they're not going to win more games than he averages points, so they probably win like
Yeah.
19 games.
Wow.
That's a lot of games.
That is for Philly.
Okay, and my next award is in dedication of the Arrow. One Mr. Oliver Queen, the Hood, the Arrow. His catchphrase in the show is, once he catches a bad guy, is, "You have failed this city."
Yeah.
And for the player who is going to fail his city tremendously, he used to do good for his city. He did a whole lot of good.
Is this LeBron again?
But no. This player who failed his city, who is still in his city, is none other than Mr. Kobe, Black Mamba, Jellybean Bryant. He will fail Los Angeles this season. They will be
man.
awful. Sorry, Kobe.
Man.
Even though Kobe's been great in all these interviews, Kobe being a curmudgeon is the best thing that can happen for NBA sports
He's
writers.
all setting everyone up for the rope-a-dope.
Yeah, but
That's all he's doing.
Kobe
right
has
now.
failed the city. They're going to be awful.
I could see that.
I think Dwight Howard's going to fail Houston.
Yes.
I mean,
He still doesn't have any post moves.
no, he has no post. He has no
He has
offensive
that
game.
clunky hook shot.
His back's all awful now.
He doesn't listen to any of those Elijah Wan.
No, he has Elijah on there. Just listen to.
Maybe you know what?
You know
he
what?
probably needs
He
Frank
should have gone to
Rutherford as
college.
well.
I think what a
Probably
lot of
needs Frank
people
Rutherford
what a lot of
Fill
people
those
don't realize
pockets.
about that Elijah one thing is they work out with him for like 2 weeks. Like you're really not gonna learn that much.
Olajuwon is there every day with him.
You're not gonna really learn that much.
Yeah,
Frank.
he's at the Rockets, right?
Yeah,
did everything.
he's like a special assistant.
Such a
He's there
facade. The
every
dude
day.
doesn't even live in America.
Anyway, my You Feel the City award goes to Joe Johnson. The Nets are going to be heavily dependent on him,
Nice.
and he's not that good, and he hasn't been that good ever. As much as they pay him, he's never been that good.
The person that I think is gonna fail is pretty close to. Wait, who just mentioned someone? I think it's gonna be Rudy Gay.
I mean, he is
Tage, how do you
terrible.
feel?
He's been terrible.
I don't know if the
this
city is
guy.
really depending
Yeah.
on him though.
They are though because he's supposed to be the second scorer for that team.
Rudy
and if they
Gay is
think-
like Aquaman.
if they-
wait.
who was a
Aquaman is
king?
good.
How dare you?
Whoa,
Aquaman
whoa,
is a king.
Tage of Atlantis.
Look,
had
where
an
do you
entire
live?
Like,
kingdom.
no, there's no
Where do
bad
you live,
guy.
Tage?
No bad guy in all the comic books will ever think Aquaman is coming. He's gonna kick my ass.
Apparently, this guy's never watched Young Justice,
serious?
whatever.
You know the thing.
Tage, you know what? We're
I'm
gonna
gonna have
give
me
you
a nice
a
seafood
playlist of
dinner.
stuff you need to watch.
I'm gonna have me some
Dorothy
lobster
Mantooth is a saint. Go ahead, Tage.
tonight. All right. My
Vince
next.
made an entire career off Aquaman.
Hey,
Sorry,
just let it
go
go.
ahead.
Anyway, my next award is the Lance Stevenson Award. Going out to the player most likely to break out after 2+ years in the NBA, and I think that's going out to Harrison Barnes. His role is going to be expanded. He's going to play off Steph Curry. He couldn't get it done.
Steph Curry's pretty good.
Trying to create his own shot on the second unit, but playing off Steph and Clay, he's gonna do good, I think. And he's gonna break out and be a dependable NBA player this year.
Mine's going to be Jeremy Lamb. I think that with KD not being in there, Russell Westbrook is going to have to pass the ball at some point to somebody. And with Bobby Schmurder is also sidelined for a while. So Jeremy Lamb is kind of thrust into being what they thought he was going to be when they drafted him. And I look forward to him making that jump this year.
My player, I really, I had difficulty trying to pick a guy who's been in the league for 2 years. So I'm just going to go I'm going to cheat and just go 1 year. And I'm going to say the Greek Freak. I'm really excited to watch him play. And Tage and I have a whole
It's my
bunch
next
of
award.
Pistons and Bucks games to
It's my
watch
next
out.
award.
Well,
Right here.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna completely cheat and say Exum. he's gonna break out just this year.
y'all,
We're awful at this. I'm sorry,
you guys are
Tage.
terrible.
We
I'm
let you
gonna
down.
throw my tab at
We
you.
failed the city. We did. We failed the city.
We don't get tired.
Okay, we don't get tired. All right, my next award is in dedication of The Leftovers, one of the most depressing things that I've ever watched.
That is
It
terrible.
is
show.
so depressing. I feel sad after watching
It's an
it.
awful show.
I live in the Bahamas. It's sunny for almost like 350 days out of the year, and it made me feel like it was snowing outside when I watched that show. So the most depressing storyline is gonna be, again, these two teams are gonna come up a lot, but watching the Indiana Pacers just run their offense through David West and Roy Hibbert is just gonna be so sad. They were bad when they had Paul George and Lance Stevenson on the team. Those players aren't on the team right now, and Rodney Stuckey is prominently involved. There's no amount of coaching that can help that team be good on offense. It's going to be depressing to watch. I look forward to watching them.
The most depressing thing that's gonna happen is when Cleveland gets kicked out the playoffs and not make the finals.
Yes. That's not actually
I
depressing
don't know
for
how
us.
depressing
though.
that is.
I think
You know
we-
why it's gonna be
I think
depressing?
we'd be
Because the
pretty
media is
psyched.
gonna be like, no, the media is gonna spin it like, oh, LeBron went home and it's so sad that he couldn't bring the championship with these.
They're gonna root for him.
Yeah, they're gonna root for him big time, and then if he doesn't do it, ESPN's just gonna be like, he's such a good guy.
Never forget when Boris
Never
Diaw guarded you
Man.
effectively. Why did I just go French?
I think you have to go with the Lakers. I'm just like they're gonna be on national TV because they're the Lakers and they're gonna be terrible. They're gonna be so bad.
I really feel Carlos Boucher should try and grow his hair back again and put that shoe polish
Yes.
thing on.
I feel like one of
That's
the most depressing
super
storylines
depressing.
is going to be watching Rondo just mire in
Kentucky guy.
worse than me. I'm not even
It
going to call it
doesn't- yeah.
mediocrity. I mean, Rondo is just going to be sitting around Boston looking down at the bench thinking,
He could have
I
been a
cannot
nominee
believe
for the
I'm
Evan
playing-
Turner Award.
I cannot believe I'm
No.
playing with these guys after I played with Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and KG. It's going to be Rondo.
He doesn't finish the season with that team.
I hope he doesn't.
I hope we
Free Rondo.
Go to the Heat.
free Rondo.
Maybe get
Anyway.
traded to Portland for something.
It's a very important award. The League Pass Alert Award for the most fun to watch terrible
Oh.
team. And I'm gonna go with my favorite team, the
Damn it.
Minnesota Wolves.
Minnesota.
I think
Okay.
I'm going with the same thing.
They should change it to the Dire Wolves, shouldn't they?
They
The Dunk
should,
Wolves.
because they're the North.
That would be good.
Game of Thrones crossover. You listening up there?
That's
Game
right.
of Thrones crossover night.
Just
Die Wolves.
killing it right now.
I think I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Oh,
I
come on.
liked watching them in the. I liked watching them in summer league. I mean, I know that may seem
They were great in
odd
summer
to
league.
say that you liked watching someone in summer league, but I also liked watching them in the preseason. I feel good about that team. I like Greek Freak. I like Jabari. I thought Jabari should have went number 1. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Listen, they both stole my answer. It's the Minnesota Direwolves and the
We the North.
Milwaukee Bucks. And Tage and I, you know what? We should treat those games like the Super Bowl. Like
We're gonna have a party. We're gonna have a party when the Wolves play the
Wolves
Bucks.
and the Bucks. No one else is gonna care. It's gonna be on at like 6:30. Everyone's gonna leave work early. Time to turn up. Wolves Bucks.
On a Wednesday.
Because you know it's a Wednesday game.
You got anybody, John?
I said your team.
Yeah, he said the Dire Wolves.
Okay, so we're unanimous.
All right, so my next award is the Scandal Award, and because that show is just confusing as shit to me, so it's for the most confusing storyline in the league. Why do the Sacramento Kings think they're gonna be good? I don't understand why. Why does their owner think they're gonna be good? They're drafting like they think they're gonna be good. They drafted Stauskas, another redundant position, because you know that worked so well when Minnesota did it and drafted Flynn and Rubio. Because yeah, that always works. So the Kings are just confusing to me all around.
I'm going to go with Utah just because they signed Gordon Hayward to a max contract.
I like it.
Reverse racism.
Way to go. Scandal Award. I think the Rockets getting rid of Chandler Parsons. Like, I don't think this is gonna end well for them. Like, what are you trying to do?
Trevor Ariza.
Mine goes to Melo because he could have
He could have gone to a contender.
I'm not gonna just say make
He
some
coulda
noise.
gone to the
Melo could have shifted the power
He
in the
could have
NBA.
been back in the conversation. Oh, I'm so mad at Melo. I hate him.
Melo could have decided the title, and instead of doing that, he decided to shirk all the responsibility of being great, stay in New York, cash his checks, score a
live in the
bunch of
limelight.
points, and
Blame Lala.
score a bunch of points and be completely irrelevant when the summer comes around.
That's who he is, though.
It's very confusing to me that someone with that talent would do that.
Melo.
You got another,
Okay, sorry.
all right, for my award, the Sophomore of the Year award, which is supposed to be the player who steps up the best in their second year. And I have Tim Hardaway Jr. as a Sophomore of the Year. I think he's gonna get a starting job in New York. He just seems like a triangle player. Like, he seems like one of those guys who's on one of those old Lakers squads and one of those Bulls squads. Like, he is gonna play good in triangle. And he's gonna put up numbers. And they're gonna suck, but he's gonna be good.
My sophomore, I think, you know, I kind of ruined it earlier, but for second, I'd have to go with Oladipo on the Orlando Magic.
Oladipo.
See, he ruined it as well. See, that's a lot of pressure. To
He was
try
doing
to
a different song.
No, I
He was doing Hova. He was Jay-Z.
That's what I was doing. I just butchered it.
Yeah.
So, I don't think you guys know that, but yeah, I think Oladipo is going to have a great season. He's going to be freed up. Channing Frye being there is going to space the court better for Orlando, and Oladipo is my guy.
I mean, he's already good, but Mason Plumlee.
Remember when he blocked that guy, that false king?
Yeah.
Joffrey Baratheon. LeBron, Joffrey Baratheon, James.
I'm gonna go with CJ McCollum. He's a
Get out of here.
shocking.
He's a sixth man of the year. How is he and Thomas Robinson going to be the sixth man of the year?
Wait, I have to. And hold on. After I finish this, I gotta go back to one of our previous dates. He's a pure scorer. He's gonna come off the bench and provide buckets for a second unit because that's what everybody needs in your second unit. You need somebody that could come in and fill it up. CJ McCollum is that guy.
He'll never get his right arm tatted.
He's like Damian Lillard light. He can play both positions. He's a combo guard. I think he's gonna get it done. Also, I'd like to go back to that previous award where we're gonna pick a guy that's been in the league for 2 years, the Lance Stevenson Award.
Yeah.
I'd like to retract my previous statement and say that Thomas Robinson's gonna win that award
God.
for somebody that's been in the league 2 years.
But he won't play any minutes behind LaMarcus Aldridge.
He had a good block in
Who's the greatest
preseason.
I
player?
don't
According
understand
to you.
why you're not shutting up. It's gonna be Thomas Robinson. Go ahead.
Okay. The next award is the True Detective Award because that show was built to be great and it lived up to unreasonable expectations. So this award is for the player that's going to live up to just huge expectations that they have. Very unreasonable. And I think that guy is Anthony Davis. He finishes no lower than third in MVP voting this year. He leapfrogs Blake Griffin. And it's going to be LeBron, KD, and Anthony Davis.
Tage.
I'm gonna say. Let me go before I say. I'm gonna say Damian Lillard.
Ooh.
Nice
Ooh.
call.
Trying to disappoint you,
John,
bro.
strong to the basket.
I stole it.
He just cut in front of Niall. User pick.
I think Andre Drummond. I think this is his year. He's gonna go to
I
work.
like all these picks. This was a good category by me. I
Andre
nailed it.
Drummond is gonna.
I'm throwing
he's
alley-oops to
gonna be that
myself right
guy.
now.
Like,
I'm gonna go with LaMarcus Aldridge.
Because Damian Lillard was taken.
No, because I mean, it's as much as I like Damian Lillard, it is LaMarcus Aldridge's team.
Whoa.
People still aren't giving him the credit for being the top of the list of great power forwards. Everyone likes to throw out Blake Griffin. Everyone likes to throw out Anthony Davis. I don't think any of them controls a game like LaMarcus Aldridge can, and he's gonna do it on a more consistent basis. He's gonna average 23 and 12.
I think so. So my final award is the D Wade Award, given to the young player most likely to torpedo his current relationship with his endless cheating.
Yes.
And I
good
think
award.
it's Julius Randle. Like he came,
No.
he came from wherever he
Yeah.
was, and he's in LA now with Kobe, and it's
It's
just
about that life.
he is about that life.
You want to go? I gotta go.
You could go.
My player who has no shot of staying in a relationship, Mr. Shabazz Napier. You are done, sir. You do not come to Miami.
Groupie capital of the world.
Groupie capital of the world. They are going to destroy you. That poor woman, whoever it is you're dating or you're talking to, it's over. Just say goodbye now. Cut the cord. Leave the poor girl alone. She's gonna like send a bunch of memes. They're gonna be very emotional on Instagram.
But God still got
Emoji
me.
talk.
She might not even caption it. It's just gonna be a meme about loyalty, and then he's just gonna comment LeBron. That's it.
I'm
Playoffs.
gonna go with someone who made the leap, Senor John Wall.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be pretty.
I can totally
Yes.
see the other one.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Jeff Teague just simply because he's now the guy in Atlanta. Work with that.
Yes.
Yes. A straight guy in Atlanta.
Do that.
Done.
A straight millionaire in
Target
Atlanta.
practice.
He's the guy in Atlanta. Go
Good
ahead.
job, Jeff Teague. Whoever he dates is probably gonna end up on a reality show.
They probably are on a reality show already.
Yeah, we probably
We
have,
just don't know
Sandy
yet.
probably already
Yeah,
know.
Sandy
I didn't
hasn't
even know
told
that
us.
thing about LaShawn McCoy and Tahiri.
Honorable mention goes to Quincy Miller, who recently started dating one of the For Booking girls I follow on Instagram,
Whoa.
Oh,
Aaliyah Petty. She's
Nice
awesome.
job.
don't get her pregnant, bro.
Check it out.
Do not get her pregnant.
Don't shoot up the club.
So we're gonna do our previews.
And one more. I got
sorry.
one
I'm
more.
sorry.
So I have one more award. It's for it's the Suits Award, dedicated to Harvey and Mike from Suits. And this is for the player. This is what the like we
Are we
talked
gonna
about.
do this like a duo?
Not a duo. It could be
Okay.
1-on-1, but or you could choose a duo if you want, because I have two people.
Okay, great.
Because this award is what NBA players really care about. Like right after the MVP, they care about who's the best dressed. They don't care about Defensive Player of the Year or any of that. Who's the best dressed? So I think best newcomer is gonna be Aaron Gordon from the Orlando Magic, who sends out tweets telling girls that he's single in Orlando. Like that's a real thing that happened. And then to the old vet, the Harvey, you got to go with D Wade. I'm sure Aaron Gordon's been looking at D Wade, be like, yo, I could get some of that. Who's your stylist, bro? Because that's a conversation man had in 2014. Who's your stylist, bro?
Absolutely. I'm gonna go with Damian Lillard and
Marcus
Why is everybody laughing?
Why?
Why is everybody laughing? I'm
I-
gonna
no.
go with Damian Lillard.
No. Because I feel
and
like
Darrell Wright.
Damian Lillard 100% looks like one of those people who just like hoodies it up. He's like one of those baller people.
Not
that-
at all.
the
See,
fuck?
you are spoken as a person that obviously does not do their Damian Lillard homework.
No.
Not at all.
No, I don't.
Damian Lillard has a stylist, a very good stylist. If you saw.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Damian Lillard and Darrell Wright. I know Darrell Wright does his LA hipster thing where him and his friends have a clothing line, so he's probably gonna do some. And he's from LA, so he's probably gonna do some really off the wall stuff that people are gonna talk about at his press conferences. He just has to make the
Just completely
the
off
table.
topic. If Entourage was still around, like the two NBA players who would 100% would be on it would be Darrell Wright and Nick Young.
Yes,
They would be on it like cameos,
Absolutely.
100%. LeBron was on it back in the day. I miss you, LeBron.
Man, the best dress. This is best dress duo.
Just
No, you
single
could-
or
you could
duo?
do single.
Go for it. Whatever you got.
Man, it has to be Blake Griffin and Chris Paul as a duo.
Strong.
And I hope to God that Chris Douglas Roberts stays on that team. And they clean him up because he looks so bad.
Max from Top
What's
Shotters.
going on with that hair, bro?
They hope to get him a haircut and get him. All he does is take pictures of himself in tight ass, ripped up
It looks
jeans.
shitty.
And like, yeah, like he needs to get his life together. They need to have an intervention and they need to save his life.
Listen, if Chris Douglas Robinson, Rudy Gay played for the same team, Tage's head would explode.
I hope a trade happens. My
I
God.
hope they play for the Bahamas national team.
I don't have a duo, but I'm gonna say Kevin Durant because he's out for 6 weeks. He's gonna
He's gonna be
make sure
swagged
he
out.
dresses very well for
I'm
those
He has
interested
to be
to
on
see
that
what he's
bench.
gonna do with this cast. I feel like he's gonna customize the cast somehow.
Yeah, no, he's gonna
A
swag out.
Nike
Keep it
cast, like Nike,
gonna
what can
keep
you
it
do?
going.
Like there has to be some kind of new thing I can
Phil
wear
Knight.
that's just as good as a cast.
Trust me, he's got 6 weeks to be on point
To
and
figure
take.
this
I
out,
take
yeah.
a 6-week lead over everybody
I
else.
feel like when you're in Oklahoma City, what do you really have to dress up for?
You're on TV, bro.
Yeah,
You're famous.
yeah.
Markets don't matter anymore. National TV. We
300
watch
$300
League
million.
Pass.
You
We're
better
excited
dress up.
about Pistons, Bucks, Wolves, and Bucks. So,
Wolves, like Jason Kidd left Brooklyn and go to Milwaukee.
so there we go. So it's
gonna-
prediction time now. Take it away, Tage.
All right, prediction time.
Now I could go
we doing
first.
conference. Go ahead now.
Yeah,
You
now.
go first.
No, I
now.
mean you could set it up.
We doing conference finals or NBA finals?
We do
conference
we do conference
Yeah.
first, and then we go from there.
All right, coming out of the
Producing on air.
East, the East has to be they have to beat Cleveland and the Bulls. Like coming in the conference finals, and I think Cleveland wins. As much as I'd never admit it again, because I hate Cleveland. But I think they beat the Bulls. Like I don't trust the Bulls to stay healthy. And I think even though they're much improved with Gasol and McDermott, I think Cleveland they have the best player in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's hard to beat them. So I think Cleveland comes out of the finals, and in the West, I think it's the Clippers and the Spurs. And is it an odd year? no. I think the Spurs beat the Clippers, and it's a Cleveland Spurs final, and the Spurs beat them. I hope.
There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead in the East. I'm gonna say Cleveland is gonna make the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think they're gonna go there against Washington. I think Washington is gonna
Whoa.
get by the Bulls. It's
There we
gonna
go.
be, yeah, I would say it's an upset because the Bulls have been everybody's trendy pick since Derrick Rose was a rookie. And in the West, it's gonna be the Spurs and the Blazers. And I
What's
think
gonna happen?
I think coming out of the East, I think Cleveland's gonna make it to the finals, and the Blazers are gonna come out of the West,
Yeah.
and
Bold prediction.
the Blazers are gonna win in 6.
Whew.
Wow.
In 6.
Blazers
Wait,
in
but
6.
you guys are gonna have the best record in the league, or no?
Yes,
You're gonna win like 70 games, aren't you?
LaMarcus Aldridge's gonna win MVP.
So that means
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you have the best record, so Game 6 is on the road, you're gonna win in Cleveland for
Yes.
Game 6. Okay. All right, John.
All right.
Heat and
I'm
5.
no, I wish. I do wish. Don't be surprised if it happens though. But I'm throwing the curveball out. I think it's gonna be Chicago and Washington in the Eastern Conference
Oh.
Finals.
Ah,
That's not
that'd be
even
awesome.
that's not even out of the realm of
So
possibility.
I think that Cleveland. I think those other two teams are just gonna be better when the playoffs come.
Mm-hmm.
And in the West, I have Portland and San Antonio.
What's up with y'all
nice.
two doing the
Nice.
Scalia, the Clarence Thomas thing?
Yeah.
Just agreeing on everything.
This is where the agreement ends.
The white-black agreement on everything.
San Antonio back in the finals against the Wizards.
Ooh, bold prediction.
Bold prediction, John. Now, it's down to me. I would really hope that it would be Heat and 5 the entire way. That would be a great season for me.
And
I talk the most crap
Me
that
too.
anyone has ever talked about. I'd be drunk everywhere. Sadly, I live in the real world. And in the real world, what we know is the same thing we knew last year. It's going to be Heat and Pacers, and we played all season just to get to Heat and Pacers. And we're going to play all season just to get to Cavs and Bulls. And we're going to get to Cavs and Bulls, and the Cavs are going to win.
no.
I lied. No, they're not. The Bulls are going to win. I was trying to reverse jinx it, but the Bulls are going to beat them. Thibodeau is a much better coach, and if Derrick Rose is healthy, they win. Everything is going to come down to Derrick Rose's health. That's what this entire season is
what it
about.
is.
And this is the most vulnerable that the Cavs are going to be. And if the Bulls don't take them out now, they will never take them out. They're going to probably end up having to blow up the team. In the West, it's going to be, I got to say, it's going to be the Portland Trailblazers against the Golden State Warriors.
Yup. Nigga.
What's up with y'all?
With the goal, but
We on Portland
no,
job.
you know what? You know why? Because I think the Spurs, honestly, they've slayed the dragon. They beat LeBron. They beat the Heat. Maybe they have a new target now that LeBron is with the Cavs and people are giving the Cavs. So, but honestly, I think the Spurs they're at the top of the mountaintop and everyone loves them and everyone thinks they're going to win. And that's the time that you lose. And that's when they're vulnerable and they could lose to a team it won't be Portland who takes them out. It'll probably be the Clippers.
I think it's the Clippers. I
Yeah,
think
the
if they
Clippers
lose
will-
to anybody, I think it'd be the Clippers.
It'll be the Clippers who takes them out, and then the Clippers end up being taken out by the Golden State Warriors and one Mr. Steph Curry, who will be in the NBA Finals against the Chicago Bulls. And I honestly wouldn't care who wins at that point because it would just be great for me. But at the end, I think the Bulls end up winning the finals.
Yeah, I forgot to say Spurs are gonna win the finals in mine.
Yeah,
Bold predictions.
I think it's going to be the Bulls and Warriors. I didn't want to say it on this podcast because I didn't want to jinx them. And I think it would be a very entertaining finals, and it would go 7. And it would be offense against defense, the best brand of basketball we'd ever seen in the finals since, the great days of the Spurs and the Heat when we beat
Last
them
year, you
in
mean?
7. No, when we beat
2
them in
years
7.
ago.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You will
So,
all, you will all
until
grovel
then-
at my feet.
Until then, Heat in 5.
And you know
Akron
what I'm
is
going
a
to be
dump.
wearing? I'm
Akron
going to
is
be
a dump.
wearing the Lillard ones, and you will grovel at my feet when the Blazers win the finals.
Your feet are gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. You know what's going to make it feel better? All the groveling. Tage, take us out.
This is the 10th Year Seniors NBA podcast. We just did our predictions.
Nigga, we made it.
We made it. Nala sleepy.
Who's producing all of this?
Yeah. Shout out to
The
Joe.
guy who was texting the whole time
Produce.
and calling out white players. I think him.
But yeah, it's been our podcast. Thanks for listening. Check us out, www.10thyearseniors.com. Like us on Facebook. Like
Show
us
up
on
to this
Instagram.
Halloween party, son.
Come to our Halloween party on Friday.
Hashtag spooked.
Hashtag spooked.
Make sure you get your Lillards.
Get your Lillards and bring a bottle. And we'll see you on the next podcast. 10th Year Seniors are out.
Does anyone use Pinterest?
60 wins.